Nobody knows what's happening in the Middle East, especially the president.
Well, would rather not get involved,
Why
sir.
is that not playing? St. Patrick's Day and our own Katie has a podcast.
Picture a cold hillside in an ancient Ireland.
We're celebrating 250 years ago.
Here we go.
Nobody knows what's happening in the Middle East, especially the president.
Well, would rather not get involved, sir.
St. Patrick's Day and our own Katie has a podcast.
Picture a cold hillside in an ancient Ireland.
We're celebrating 250 years ago. Britain evacuated Boston. He saw those barrels glinting in the sun and decided he had urgent business in Nova Scotia. Grab a booth and a mug. Diner's open. Let's go.
Today is going to be my peaceful day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
I like to sign Europe Ghosts Trump.
Europe ghosts Trump. Yep.
I like how he pretends that all the foreign leaders call him sir.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
We decided that the president he was talking to was himself.
Yeah. And that's how you can kind of tell when he's always telling a lie, but when he was telling stories on his and campaign trails and he would use the sir line, you knew it was some made up thing.
Oh, absolutely. That was always the tell.
Sir?
Yeah, here, I grabbed a couple of Europeans. Here's what they've got to say to Trump yesterday about his little war.
Leaving the door open to be, I think,
I got to remove that and put this on.
to any neighboring states that might require.
Let's see.
We're leaving the door open to be, I think, of assistance to any neighboring states that might require such assistance, but we will not be engaging offensively in this war. I want to be very clear. We are not going to be engaging offensively in this war. And the question of the Strait of Hormuz is one that is evolving. It's changing.
This is Canada.
It's hard to get hard information, to be honest with you, in terms of what's going on in the width of that particular strait. We're not quite sure what the overture was or is not, so we're going to talk amongst our NATO allies, and we will govern ourselves accordingly.
Yeah, and then I think this is Germany.
We are not part of this war. We did not initiate it, but we are all affected by it. So I think there's a clear call here that international law must be respected, and it should be the responsibility of the concerned parties to find ways of ending the hostilities that now have great impact around the world. We are concerned to see that there is still an escalation. There are still worries about how the world economy will be affected by the energy situation around the Gulf. For our part, we will use any channel we have, any opportunity we have
this Norwegian
to find a way that will not escalate this war. I think that's what we can say. It is not our war. It seems to us that the plan for how it will develop is pretty unclear. And that's the danger with initiative.
Pretty unclear. That's putting it
really
mildly.
follow a script.
I like the guy from Luxembourg, Javier Bettel. He said, "Don't ask us," and he called it blackmail. He just said, "Don't ask us."
He's not exactly wrong.
Hey, Carolyn.
Hello.
Hi there. We've just been playing some of the Europeans who've been dissing Trump.
Did you see that the somebody from Tulsi's shot just resigned and said he could not support the war?
Oh, Kent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kent.
Yeah. Just
Let me say hello to Winter. Winter.
Hi, Winter.
I've got the German spokesman somewhere. Winter also who was trashing Trump's requests. I'll pull that up later. But now let's see. That sounds interesting. I'm gonna go look for that. So Tulsi Aide
from her shot.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, here it is. Gabbard Aide resigns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it now.
Oh yeah. Huh. And I'm going to put that on the screen there.
It's Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation.
Exactly. That's the whole point. It's just.
Here it is. Top Gabbard aide resigns over Iran war. Top aide, so it's Tulsi's. Joe Kent, director of the National Counterterrorism Center, posted on X. Oh, we can go find. He appears to be so it says here he appears to be the first major Trump administration official to resign over the war. Well, that only took 2 weeks. Yeah, here's what he wrote. I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and it's America. Oh boy, he's pinning it. Boy, he really went on. He's pinning it on Israel even. Let's go see his actual post. There's his actual post there. Interesting.
Yeah, the German defense.
Yeah, between BB and the Epstein files, you knew Trump had to do something stupid.
So is BB dead?
What? What are you talking about?
Is BB dead?
Dead?
No.
What do you mean?
Why would he put? So there are 2 AI videos out there. One, he does not have an ear canal. One, he has 6 fingers. You don't think he's dead?
No.
Where is he? Where is he?
He's in hiding.
Well, he's in hiding, but I mean, he could do a proof of life live from a bunker somewhere.
He could.
But he's not doing that. And that's weird.
Well, they said that he has not been seen in person for like 12 days or something.
No, I didn't know. I had not heard that.
So a plane took off from Tel Aviv and then it was going to go to Berlin, but I don't know what happened to it. And then no more sightings. They put out 2 things from him. Both were found to be AI. They ran them through the old deal. North Korea even ran it through, and they said they had some more advanced AI thing. And one, he's got no ear canal, and he's in a coffee shop. And then there's another, and his ring keeps appearing and disappearing. And another one, and his coffee never spills, and no matter how he holds the cup. And then there's another one where he's got 6 fingers some of the time.
Where's all this coming from?
But that's the only 2. Those are the only 2 things that we've seen from him. And I'm like, if he's really alive, why not just do a real quick live from a bunker somewhere and then move?
Well, I mean, since they're so busy assassinating Iranian leaders, I guess he needs to stay in hiding for one thing, because they killed another one yesterday.
Well, it says here as of March 15th that he did post a video of himself getting a cup of coffee and chatting with his aide.
And that's the one where he has no ear canal.
Yeah.
He turns sideways and it's just like, it's like a plastic ear on a mannequin.
It's weird.
And his coffee never spills, no matter how he holds it. And it's like full up to the brim. It's weird. The whole thing looks junky.
Now, this was on YouTube? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go find that. All
yeah,
right.
yeah. So anyway, I don't know, but I don't understand why he just doesn't do a proof of life from wherever he is real quick, and then he could like.
Well, that new Iranian leader needs to do that. We haven't seen him yet.
No. But his dad and his wife were killed, and his mom was seriously injured.
Huh.
So.
All right. Well.
Oh, I found the thing from the German defense.
Hang on.
Because.
All right, here he is.
What? Look, do a close up of his ear when he turns to the side, and he never moves. He never spills his coffee, no matter what happens.
That is kind of a perfect coffee right at the edge,
and he
didn't even go down.
And it's supposed to be in a Tel Aviv coffee shop, and they said it's not open.
Well, is he going to turn his ear here in a second?
Well, when you've got to like zoom in when he turns to the
Well, I'm
side.
waiting for him to turn it, and I'm going to try to do that. But he hasn't turned his ear yet. When does he turn? Turn your ear. There it is. That's it.
Yeah. So turn it and look in. There's a couple little things, and it's like
All right, let
it
me
has no
get
ear
this full-
canal. It just
All right,
looks like a
let's get
plastic
this full
mannequin
screen.
ear.
See if I can get this bigger. All right, we're going to look into Netanyahu's ear canal. This is a podcast first. All right, well, wait a second.
He does hold the cup in a very odd. Look at his fingers holding the cup.
Oh, yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing seems off. And North Korea, like I said, North Korea even ran it through an AI generator.
Well, he
It's
does
not
look old.
real.
I will say he does look older there. He does look older. Huh.
Yeah, his ear looks like just a plastic ear.
Yeah. I'm telling you, if he's alive, and he's in hiding, he just needs to do a real proof of life so that we can tell.
Okay.
And then, but then the other one where he's standing at a podium, he clearly he's like, wave, as he moves his hands, it's like there's six fingers, there's 5 fingers, there's 6 fingers, there's 5 fingers. It's very strange. So.
All right. Well, I'm going back to Carolyn's story for a minute.
Okay. Sorry.
No, I enjoyed that detour. This guy. I mean, I think that's a pretty. Of course, they're going to try. I mean, they're going to figure out all kinds of ways to trash this guy. But I mean, it's not just that he quit. I mean, like a lot of those DOJ people quit and they went out guns a-blazing. Some of them more vocal than others, but I mean, the fact that he's, going so far with this is particularly singling out Israel. That's kind of a big story. Huh. Yeah, he wrote a whole letter. Huh. Well, all right. Thank you, Carolyn. You brought us some real news.
Well, it's really sensational.
Although it's not really as tantalizing as Netanyahu's fake ear, but it is important.
I did find what the German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius, he said the Americans chose the path together with Israelis. We did not start it. And then the German Chancellor Friedrich Merz said NATO is a defensive alliance, not an interventionist one. Oh. Because Trump seems to think that NATO is supposed to come to it's like, no, you started the thing. This is not a defensive thing.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to go into war with you because.
This is another thing that caught my eye is, well, Katie pointed me to it on Threads. Did y'all hear Trump talk about projection? Listen to him talking about Newsom in this piece here.
Honestly, I'm all for people with learning disabilities, but not for my president. I think a president should not have learning disabilities, okay? And it's highly controversial to say such a horrible thing. The president of the Newsom has admitted that he has learning disabilities.
President Newsom.
People with learning disabilities, but not for my president. I think a president should not have learning disabilities, okay? And I know it's highly controversial to say such a horrible thing. The president of the United States, Gavin Newsom, admitted that he has learning disabilities, dyslexia, everything about him is dumb. But then he looked at the Newsom has admitted that he has learning disabilities.
He has dyslexia. That is it.
But did you catch that? When he's attacking Newsom's, he calls it Newsom. When he's attacking his mental stability, he calls him the president of the United States.
Yes, exactly.
Who's the mentally unstable one here?
But he's saying the president of the United States should not. I don't think he said
that. That isn't how he said it. That didn't how
He said President Newsom.
He called him president of the United States. I agree that's what he was trying to say, but I'm saying it's when you're mixing up your words like that, when you're attacking somebody else's mental.
And I was going to say, and dyslexia, that's no big deal as long as you listen to your advisors. But he doesn't listen to anybody.
No. My son has dyslexia, and he's absolutely brilliant. So
yeah, it means nothing. A lot of brilliant people have, learn differently.
Fifth grade to learn how to read.
Hey, Jack.
Exactly.
Jack.
Hey.
Hi, Jack.
What you don't realize is about half the mega people probably have dyslexia too, or some form.
And they didn't. I mean,
where they had difficulty in school and didn't have a good school system to help them overcome it.
But yeah,
I had a boss that was that way.
Mm-hmm.
Very smart, but he just barely could read.
But I think a lot of really smart people have just learned differently. Don't call it, I don't think it's a learning disability. I think they just learn differently.
Well,
he has Elon as his right hand man, and he's autistic.
Whatever,
yeah,
it's the same thing.
Well, there is speculation that Trump has dyslexia.
Well, when he was on Saturday Night,
they thought that, and yeah, I know you go ahead with that story because you're talking about the Saturday Night Live guy.
Yeah, Saturday Night Live.
Who said he could not read.
Yep, he doesn't read.
Yeah, tell that, dude. Yeah, tell that. Story.
That's all. They said, they were talking about it, and they said he doesn't read because they couldn't get him to, go through the read through at the table and.
Yeah, when they were doing the read through to rehearse for the show, this is years ago when he was on Saturday Night Live, and he wouldn't read the script, and then somebody with The Apprentice, one of the producers also said that they couldn't get him to, and they came to the conclusion that he really just couldn't read.
Well, I know a number of very successful people that couldn't read.
Yeah.
Or could barely read. I mean, it always kind of surprises me when I run across, a person who manages a business that I couldn't manage.
Mm-hmm.
Tom
Cruise has dyslexia.
He can't read the most simplest, third grade level.
Winter, you make a very good point there. I mean, one that we always should remember. I mean, we did promise to protect Ukraine from Russia if they gave up their nuclear bombs, and they did.
Carpe Diem has it right as well. We've got a good collection in this morning of guests in comments.
Yeah, hello. Let's see now. Dog Football, tell us where you are, Dog Football. And then we have David. Oh boy, I've gotten behind here on comments. All right, why would you need to support the illegal Israeli? Oh, you're talking about the Europeans. Yeah, we played some Europeans earlier saying it's not our problem. Of course, they don't get that much oil from the Straits of Hormuz, it turns out. I did not know that until this all happened. AgriPac's back. I made it 2 days in a row. It's almost become a habit. Uh-oh. We're addicting. Carpe Diem. Carpe Diem's here. The MAGA people don't have dyslexia. They suffer from cognitive dissonance. Oh, okay. Well, if you have dyslexia, you can't say you don't know how to read cognitive dissonance. They are not, what is this? They are not
capable of critical thinking.
I'm always amused about people using that term when they have no clue what it means.
So another case of projecting. Yep.
And Jay
May. Oh, here we go. Jay May's bringing in the MAGA perspective. That's the reason California.
They have a way to go since they're equal to being the fifth largest economy in the world.
Yep.
Well, we were talking about this.
A little further.
Carolyn and I were talking about this with Newsom. Is he does have to deal with that issue of They're going to beat him up over people thinking California is a bunch of crazy liberals with high taxes and everybody's leaving. And I mean, he's got to deal with that. I'm sure he knows it. it'll be interesting to see how he deals with it. But that is going to be an issue. He's going to have to defend everything.
From all of my California Republican family with their multi-million-dollar homes who complain about everything.
Okay, J May, I'm sorry. I shouldn't. If you don't want me to call you Mega, I won't. I made an assumption there. Shouldn't have done that. All right. You're anti Newsom. Is that fair to say? What don't you like about him? Is it just California's reputation? And Agri, I just tried a new cologne today called Elon Musk. Smells like dirty money with a hint of apartheid. Oh, that gets a winner. That's a winner. All right, here we go.
Okay.
He
doesn't like Trump either. So
all right, here we go. I need a keyboard where I can punch a button for the applause quicker than that. I have to go hunt the button down to do that.
You're gonna have to. You need to get your AI people to make you some shortcuts.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
You know what? And that's probably what it can do too. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Where were we? Carolyn, tell us a little bit about the Galapagos Islands, because I'm just fascinated that you went there recently.
Well, it's part of Ecuador. It's off the coast of Ecuador. It was about we flew into Quito and then flew to one of the islands, and it was maybe 45 minutes. So it's not very far at all. And there's several different islands. We went to, I think, 4 or 5 of them. And it's all very beautiful. Lots of animal life. Those lizard things, I forget what they call them, but they were all over. You just be walking down, and the sea lions everywhere, and those giant lizards and turtles, giant tortoise. And we were real close to them. The sea lions, you're walking in town, and you're walking down a wooden walkway, and there's one right in front of you, and you have to step around them. They're
wow.
Yeah, that's iguanas.
Yeah, iguanas. Yeah, those two. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I can come up with a noun once in a while.
Well, together as a group, we have 100% word retention.
Yeah.
But I just think now Galapagos, isn't that where Charles Darwin wrote? Is that right?
Yes.
That's where supposedly he
came up with his theory of evolution.
Did you develop any theories while you were there?
I think he was spot on.
Oh, do you?
The reason why he came up with that was because they were so closed off from everything else, from the world. And they had not evolved like most places had. And so that was how he came up with his theory. And it makes sense to me.
Yeah. Ha!
Now, when we saw blue-footed boobies, they are just adorable with their bright blue feet.
Oh. Let's go look for one. How do you spell that?
Well, just like you would think, blue-footed booby, Booby. Well,
see, I wasn't sure how to spell booby. I was tripping on that.
Yeah.
Just like boobies on anybody.
On these birds, it's the feet.
Ha! Huh. And yet, how did you get there? Where did you fly in to go there?
The island where we were. Some of the trips from island to island were by boat, and some were by plane. And the boat rides, maybe.
How did you get? You flew to Ecuador from where? You fly into Ecuador to go?
Yeah. We flew into Quito, Ecuador, and then spent 2 nights in Quito, and then flew into one of the Galapagos Islands. And I don't remember which one exactly, because all of the names sound the same to me.
And this was before the U.S. started to invade Ecuador?
This was in November.
November, okay.
I
There's
need to
one.
reply to Chuck Norris about something. It's not
There-
that there are inferior races, but that the various races develop differently. If I put you down in the middle of the outback, you might not survive very long, but an Aborigine could. So it's a different intelligence and based on surroundings as well as genetics.
Got that, Chunk? Now here, I want to look at the blue-footed booby. There, now that's a funny-looking bird for sure.
They really did. And the males have those feet. The females.
Interesting.
Are they
Now that-
like turquoise?
and that's how that's how they get sex, by having blue feet. Huh?
That's the female.
So that's like getting fancy sneakers for humans.
Okay, I'm seeing two different colors. I'm seeing a dark blue and I'm seeing a turquoise.
Yeah.
It's in the
Now
front
you get-
corner is more or like what they're.
The dark
Chuck,
blue.
Oh,
That depends entirely on the type of tests as opposed to learned knowledge versus capabilities.
Oh, there we go. There. Now here's a close-up. Let me get to the close-up of this.
You need to go on Trail Mix and argue it out there in long form.
Let me put it this way. If you're a baby and you get adopted by another family and you're brought up in that, then you have all the software already. And it will just you will speak Korean, or you will speak English, or you will learn how to be a farmer, or you will learn how to, depending on where you're brought up, because humans are all innately the same.
Here's the basic thing that old Chunky Boy gets wrong.
Chunky Boy
is he just absolutely, everybody takes the whole Darwin's theory of survival of the fittest, and they assume because they survived, they're superior. And they just happen to be part of a group that won. And it doesn't mean that their group is going to continue winning.
Exactly.
Well, it's like,
But Agri is funny. I hope it wasn't painful.
Oh, what is this, Agri's? Oh, you're reading my Wikipedia. Yeah, I agree with you. I have no control over. People don't know. You don't have any control over your own biography.
You can go in and edit it if you want.
No,
Yeah,
they will not let you. They will not let you. The subject of a Wikipedia biography has no right to change anything on it.
Well, then somebody else on the trail
and,
can change it for you.
Somebody else has to do it. It's really weird. I mean, I've tried a couple times because they had a couple. Now, if there's something actually wrong and you can prove to them that it's wrong, they will. And of course, this openly gay thing is fine. But I agree that it sounds like that's all I'm about. It mentions, that we got married.
Anyway, the folks need to come on Trail Mix and let us hash it out there.
Well, the opening of my book here, Politics. I mean, I open it with talking about how the human being is nature's top predator. Getting back to and that's the way you have to understand human beings is we are nature's top predator. We eat everything.
However, we're not at the top of the food chain. That would be like maggots.
Right.
It always gets back to genitalia with you, Chunk.
Chunk's
No,
on a
we
roll
do not
today.
say men can give birth.
Lord.
You guys crack me up, Chunk. I forget where you are, Chunk. Anyway, get over there on Trail Mix and say some of this stuff and get everybody going. Start a fight. Anon will go after you. We got Anon over there. He'll come after you.
Well, you gotta. Yeah, we need fresh blood because it's no fun arguing amongst ourselves anymore because we all know what we're going to say.
We can use a few contrarians.
Well, I am fascinated by the blue-footed booby. Thanks for bringing that to our attention.
I got one question about the Galapagos because every time I go anywhere that's interesting, it seems like I'm standing in line like I'm at Disney World. I was up there in the Black Hills just before Sturgis, and it was just a noisy mess.
Yeah.
Sturgis is awful.
And
Sturgis is awful.
I was wondering if the Galapagos was kind of the same way.
It was not the same commercialism that you see at Disney or some of the other places here. And, we had to be in lines at sometimes, but it's not so crassly commercial.
Huh. Was it crowded? Were there a lot of tourists there? They must try to have to restrict that, I would think.
Oh yeah, they absolutely do. They will only take a certain number of people at a time. Because the ecosystem is so fragile, so they limit, and we had to pay a fee. I think it was like $200 just to enter the country.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. And they only allow a certain number in at any time. So they are very protective of their environment. Very.
So which one of the billionaire tech bros is going to try to buy it and take it over and make it into one of those technocrat cities?
Oh, they're going to build their platforms out in the middle of the ocean where where they can be free and independent.
And that's what they want, but that's what they were talking about doing with Greenland. And that's what they've done with there's another island they've actually done that to.
They can't do it where there's land because somebody owns the land.
Well, they've done it to there's an island that they've already done that to. I have to go find it again. They've already done it to one, but
they only think they did it.
I mean, Chuck, I'm sure you haven't, but have you researched how expensive tampons are and why Minnesota was doing that? Because for low-income families, tampons are very expensive.
They are.
And the schools were permitted to provide them through the nurses' offices to girls who couldn't get them, and they were not putting them in men's bathrooms. And
actually, they were. And the reason why is you have to think about this, is that what if your wife, girlfriend, daughter has a period, and guess what? They're out of it in the vending machines in the women's room. You can then go to the men's room and get one for her.
Okay.
That was a big thing. And the thing is also, I'm going to let you know, when I was in high school and the football players would get nosebleeds, they would use tampons to shove up their nose to stop the bleeding. So,
well, that sounds handy.
Yeah, it is. So just saying.
So there, Chuck, you don't want boys to be. You just want their nose to bleed. Their noses to bleed.
Yeah. Jamie, didn't Scotland make it free for everybody? Jamie, didn't Scotland make those products free for everybody?
I think they did.
Well, when this debate started and I researched it, I was shocked. I mean, and it's kind of a scam. I mean, they don't need to be that expensive, but anyhow, that's we had a little sideshow there. All right. Oh, now this lab leak thing, Katie found this. This, my friends, is what you get when you type. What is it, Katie?
CovidTest.gov.
If you type CovidTest.gov, this here is what you find. This is the White House website.
Oh
and
my
what,
God.
what it is, instead of getting COVID tests, it is a stream of propaganda about the origin of COVID. And then eventually, of course, an attack on Dr. Fauci. And there's nothing here about getting a COVID test.
No, on the website hiv.gov, that site is where people would type in free COVID tests and they would refer you to this site to get it. And this is what they get now.
Also, yeah. And then, they're saying they got a whole thing.
Look at the mask mandates.
They attacked. Yeah, I'm looking at this here. There was no conclusive evidence that masks effectively protected America. I mean, they're going back to that old debate. I mean, they're just dredging all that up again. And they're revising, and then they're attacking Andrew Cuomo. This is where, instead of getting a COVID, if you go to the web wanting to get a COVID test, you get an attack on Andrew Cuomo instead from the White House. Thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Wild. Yeah, I read somewhere that CDC is being told by RFK Jr. that they are not to report on. There's apparently H5N1. There's a bunch of farm workers in Missouri who are sick with it now, and they're being told not to test, not to do anything, not to let anybody else know. It's somebody who's got a page that they have contact in the CDC. But there's like 27 farm workers in Missouri now who have H5N1.
That's the bird flu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've had that. It's nasty.
Well, it crossed over into the dairy cattle, and when it hits, it's not as deadly as it is with birds. What it does is you probably have a 25% reduction in your milk production, which is a significant cut if it's, you start taking that much of a cut in the nation's milk supply.
Now, is that Winnie or Brewster?
Not Winnie. She's sleeping.
That was Brewster.
That was Brewster. I can't tell the difference between them.
Where is she?
Yeah.
Sometime I want to get Brewster and Winnie talking to each other. I think that'd be
Brewster right now is talking to the dog across the street.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, he thinks that dog's smart enough to know when something bad's going on. So
she wasn't sleeping.
Now we're over here on. Go ahead.
You were eating.
We're over here on Jamie's digging into the real truth about Adam Smith today on Jamie's place, and with
no, I'm not. That was
no, you were pushing that was Robert Reich. Yeah,
that was Robert Reich.
For you conservatives who like quoting Adam Smith, Robert Reich gets to the bottom of that for you. We've discussed that here before. He was hardly conservative. He actually was in favor of government regulation to protect the free markets, that you'd have, without government to protect free markets, you'd have nothing but monopolies, which is almost what we've got now. Anyway,
that was Adam Smith's conclusion, that if you let the capitalists give them free rein, they'll end up trying to form monopolies.
So when you can always trip up conservatives when they start talking about Adam Smith, if you actually quote him to them, because he's not exactly what they think he is. Milton Friedman started that back in the Reagan days, that worshiping of Adam Smith, I think. Oh no, I think William Buckley might have started it, going back before that. But anyway,
I think he's been the capitalist. They love to quote him.
Yeah.
So much so that everybody else forgot to bother reading him because they assumed he was just a capitalist, wannabe type person.
Oh, they won't let me put the link up to Robert Reich.
Oh. Well, it's on your page. If they go to the page, the link.
No, it's not on my page.
Oh, I thought you linked him there.
No, I can, but no, I'm all St. Patrick's Day and Irish coffee today.
Oh.
We're beverages today.
Well, I've got a jug of what is it? Irish cream liquor from County Cork, Ireland.
Oh, wow.
Really fancy. I bought it for the bottle. It's got this fancy bottle and with a bale that's almost industrial strength to pull the cork off. You gotta have some real strength there. Been mixing that with my coffee this morning. I'm going to be, one of those drunken white boys.
You do you.
I saw a lady make Irish cream without the alcohol for her cupcakes. So now I know how to do it alcohol free because I don't like the burn. I do like Irish cream and I will do it like a blended coffee with ice, but I don't like the burn. So she showed how to make it without the alcohol.
What do they put in with it besides cream?
So it's condensed milk, evaporated milk, espresso powder, chocolate ganache, vanilla, and like a tiny bit of almond extract.
Oh yeah,
that would make sense.
Sounds good. Put the recipe.
Because something I do is I get the hazelnut flavored syrup, mix it with cream, and I'll use that for my coffee creamer, and sometimes with other hot drinks.
And we've got, I've got a direct link to this. Katie did the St. Patrick's Day podcast that we got that's available only on TrailMix. Here's a snippet of it.
Is it not going?
You got a great voice for podcasting.
I couldn't even hear it.
Oh, you
can't hear it on our side.
No.
Oh, really?
Nope.
Well, now, how did that happen? How did that happen?
I don't know.
Uh-oh. Now I've hit something wrong.
I'll listen to that while I'm peeling my potatoes today. That'll be good.
Yeah. I have another one I'm writing right now, so. Because the trial I was focusing on so much is now over. So yay. So now I can do that.
Will there ever be Epstein trials?
Yes, there's going to be. I can feel it.
I think
Girl. Guess
What?
what's happening tonight?
What?
Sasha Riley. MS.
Oh, MSNBC. Oh, wow.
MS Now.
MS
at
Now.
7 p.m. Eastern.
I'll see it later because we don't have cable here.
Oh, you might be able to watch it on the website.
Maybe so. Yeah, well,
I've got to watch it because, oh my God. I think he's going to be the one to break it all down.
I hope so. But Zero Ranch seems to be like cooking too now.
Oh yeah. Sansbury keeps giving updates on it.
Well, now you got to tell us who he is again. Sasha
Riley is an Epstein victim.
Yeah.
He was sex trafficked by his I don't know if it was his stepfather or foster father.
Adoptive.
I want to say
adoptive
or
foster.
father.
Yeah.
But now, I need to be clear. Has he said this in an interview on camera or been quoted? I mean, what is the basis of his of reporting what he says? I mean, has he testified anywhere?
No.
He's been telling this story for years.
And it's all the same. Like,
but
it's
where
down
does he
pat.
tell the story? I went looking for him one time and I couldn't find it. I mean,
Let me see if I can find something. Hold on.
but you're saying he's on MS Now tonight.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I know there's been loads of interviews with him. I don't know if there's a published site though.
I mean, they're hard to find.
But see, here's the thing, and they scrub the internet regularly, trying to get rid of this stuff. So it gets harder and harder to find.
I agree. Yeah.
Becomes a saint. And centuries
Now,
later,
can
his
you hear
story
that now?
turns into a
Yeah.
holiday filled with shamrocks, parades,
Now you hear it?
beer, and leprechaun
Yes.
hats.
Oh,
But the real story behind Saint Patrick is
That's,
actually very dark.
that's Katie's
It includes kidnapping,
podcast. on
colonial conflict,
the history of
religious
Saint
power
Patrick.
struggles, and
That's the link
centuries of
that
myth
I got
making.
on here.
And then, sitting right next to that holiday on the calendar is something even stranger.
Now I talk about Saint Hero.
But that was a good cliffhanger. That makes you want to listen to more.
Yeah.
That was a good place to stop.
Maybe
We're all
I need
about-
to give my telephone number so we can talk about how to set up podcasting because I'm in the dark.
I'll help you, dear. I'll help you. Don't worry about it.
Once I go, they speak computer. They don't speak human.
It's not too difficult. It's more of a you just have to kind of figure it out, but it's honestly easy to do the recordings. It's finding the right place that you want to post everything. If you're going to just do it on your blog, then it'll be fine.
Well, so we can make pages on Trail Mess
Mm-hmm.
and post your list your podcast there, and then this link that I just made here can go to that page. I can point it to anything. So I mean, you can create a
You
page.
used to link our websites.
Yeah.
Did you take
Side
that
of
off?
it now.
Well, we ended up with only one or two. I could definitely.
Because I know for a while there's some of my neighborhood ones we linked to, and then you redid
that's
things.
right.
And
Yeah, things come and go, don't they? Yeah, we could create that actually would be a good page to have. We could make a page of everybody's favorite website or links or something, and we can make pages on Trailman. Anything we can make all kinds of pages. That's easy. Yeah. I mean,
the sad thing about most of the blogs I've created is they're starting to get about 10 years old.
yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, it's like, so basically I go back and scroll through them and remember when.
Yeah, because see, like I've got this is our Trail Mix kitchen here. That's a separate page that's got a link up at the top of the menu on the front page, all the time. And then, this is an example of that. And we've got all these different recipes, but you can make a page about anything on here. Up here across the menu at the top, these are all the different pages that I have, like Trail Mix briefs here and that kind of thing. So we can make pages anytime. Yeah.
I'm not sure what Winterland is saying here, Craig. Maybe you understand.
Oh, I lost track. Are the comments back on here? Oh, okay. Some of you watching haven't double tapped the screen yet. What? Double tap the screen? What do you mean? Double tap the screen? Oh, I did hear one time that was a fix for audio issues on iPhone. I told me one time when Pogue was having trouble with his iPhone, AI said that and it sounded weird to me, but that's what Silas Gemini told me. He said, tell him to tap his screen twice and that'll restart the audio on an iPhone. I don't know what he means because I don't use iPhones. But,
Hey, it's that tech I don't mess with.
Yeah.
I was telling some what was my phone, and the
Mike
young
and
lady at the
subscribe.
doctor's office said, "Well, you just get on your phone and you do this." And I said, "No," I said, "I don't do that with my phone." And then she she looked at me like, you poor old person that just don't know tech. And I said, "No, I know tech well enough." I said, "I'm old enough to know you just pick and choose what you want to use."
Like and subscribe. That's what Winter's saying that the tap means. Really? I don't know. Like it, subscribe. That's something that they're always telling you in these content creator things with YouTube. Tell everybody to like and subscribe, and I'm like, well, how? I don't know. I mean, I'll tell them, but I don't know how they do it. I guess when
all they do is hit the thumbs up and then subscribe to the
where
channel.
is it? I don't even know where it is
on YouTube.
Oh, well, if you double tap on the phone, it gives you video. Oh, really? If you double tap on the phone, it gives your video a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Everybody try that if you've got a phone. Let's see what happens. Do we get notified?
We're learning stuff.
See, I'm gonna thumbs it up right now.
Oh, okay.
I think you have to be logged into YouTube to do it, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube.
I don't have a YouTube login.
Yeah,
So.
there's no way. You bringing up Epstein. Not that Epstein anything funny, but I got a kick out of this. There's this thing on TikTok, this comedy. It's like an open mic page for people to try out comedy, and some of them are good, and some of them are bad. And this guy, talking about an 18-year-old competing with millionaires to date 18-year-old girls. This is kind of fun.
I'm trying to date now, and it's hard trying to date as an 18-year-old because I'm going for 18-year-old girls, but I'm competing with 40-year-old billionaire men. For the same girl, I can't compete with them. I still live at home with my parents, but this guy has an island.
Well, I was going to say Carolyn Levitt's husband
I'm living with my parents, and this guy has an island.
I was going to say Carolyn Levitt's husband is just a few years younger than her dad, and they look just alike.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it
was creepy.
Okay, creepy. Rodney. All right, Rodney.
Why?
Tell me why. Rodney says Trump should withdraw from NATO today. Okay. Make your case. We don't just do bumper stickers here. You got to explain yourself. All right. I'm waiting.
That was Winnie.
That's Winnie. Yes.
So Winnie's defending
there's no need.
Winnie agrees with Craig.
Winnie's defending NATO. Winnie's pro NATO.
She probably is, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like they were after 9/11.
Okay, Rodney. I'm waiting, Rodney. Here's your drum roll. Tell me why we got to get out of NATO. I'm waiting. All right.
What were you barking at? Silly thing.
Well, how is NATO worthless?
I don't know.
Just saying it doesn't make it so.
Well, I was going to say, maybe Rodney is under the impression that that they're supposed to come to the aid of the U.S. and Israel because they're attacking someone else, which is not the way it works.
Well,
they only come to your aid if you're being attacked.
And the only time Article 5's ever been invoked was when NATO came to our help, our assistance after 9/11. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they sent, NATO sent tens of thousands of troops to Afghanistan and Iraq to fight with us and died there, Rodney. Is that worthless? I mean, are you even aware of that? I mean, where do you get this? Well, I know where you get it.
Well, it just depends on, if you want to rule the world, you can't do it all on your own anymore.
Yeah,
the Germans learned this back in World War II. If you try to go alone, everybody's going to gang up and beat your butt.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to have a better gang than the rest of the world.
And if you would read some literature from overseas, some media, look at some media from overseas, you're going to see a U.S. Very degraded from what we used to be. Not that they held us in the highest esteem before, as high as we seem to held ourselves. But the U.S. is now like bottom of the barrel. If you look at foreign media.
We're the redheaded stepchild at this point.
Yep.
Winterland did a comedy video.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that I found most interesting was this guy would be speaking along in German, and then he would drop in an English phrase like "drop the mic."
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just sit there, and then all of a sudden you realize just how much our world goes out to the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Rodney, are you aware that the NATO European countries are our largest trading partner on the planet? That's one thing we need them for is they buy a lot of our stuff. We buy a lot of their stuff.
What do you mean we didn't start it?
You have to be very clear this time. We didn't start it.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Well, all right. Germany gets a pass. Germany did not start this one. I think it's with the German didn't the German spokesman say yesterday in response to Trump, this is not our war?
Yeah. Yep. Boris Pistorius, he said the Americans chose this path together with the Israelis. We did not start this war.
This guy here is another one of the amateur comics that show up on this TikTok thing. That's pretty cool. Anyway, he's got a point about liberals, about us, how we kind of created a market for the fascists. Listen to see what you think.
Progressives have really got to figure out how to deal with this buzzkill problem. I know these are important issues, but you do realize we annoyed the average American into fascism.
Mark Maron, he's great.
He's awesome.
I think that's the point. We annoyed the average American into fascism. I think we got to take that one to heart. That might be the case.
I think some of the deal with the fascism is a little bit like you go back to the 80s when American conservatives were talking about how great the banana republic dictators were simply because they were fellow conservatives.
Yeah.
So, the conservatives are going along with the fascists because, fascists are conservatives, so we got to support fellow conservatives.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course we have a nice strong core of races too in this country, so they all kind of tend to get along.
But I do say, the DEI thing is real in that, a lot of people in their workplaces, they're forced to do all these Zoom calls and stuff about DEI, and I noticed like Buttigieg he talks about that in sort of his stump thing that Democrats got to speak to the irritation people have with DEI in their workplaces.
Well, I think what it boils down to, I don't know. You got to understand. I hung around worked with the black neighborhoods, and our little neighborhood was in the city council district that was carved out for the blacks.
Mm-hmm.
And so we would go to meeting. They started doing this, talking about race and stuff. And what I noticed was it was the black folks talking about how bad the white folks were, and the white folks having to apologize for it.
Yeah.
And if that's all you're doing, then you're not. If that's what your diversity training is about, then you're getting people irritated.
Yeah. That's just something to think about.
Gregory asks a good question over here to close down.
Oh yeah. I was just checking on our crowd. We got we're averaging around 500 a day these days. We're kind of settling into that number. about 500 a day. Anyway, what's Edgar up to here? Let's see. Egerton. What did I say? Egri. Is this one here? Iran?
Yes.
Iran does it. If Iran does attack American homeland, does NATO have to respond? Or since we started the war, NATO isn't required to respond? Yeah, that's good.
It's a good
Well,
question.
can we first prove that it's not a false flag?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because anything that happens, I do not trust this government.
Nope.
So Rodney says we're belligerent fools.
Rodney, you keep snorting that Cheeto dust. I'm sure it's doing wonders for your brain.
Well, we're happy to discuss it with you further if you want.
Louise.
Yeah, Rodney got many upset, doesn't he?
Winnie's, you know what?
Yeah.
Every time we put Rodney on, Winnie gets worked up.
Yeah, she does.
Wow. Rodney, you got a problem with Winnie. Winnie's got a problem with Rodney.
That's a good question, too.
Hey, Louise. Hey, we got to go. We're an hour and I got 2 minutes of Henry Knox. We got to talk about Henry Knox.
All right. Well, have a good day, everybody.
Bye. Happy St. Patrick's
Henry
Day.
Knox. Well, we got people flowing in here all of a sudden.
I know.
The U.S. has been humped and dumped by Israel. hey, folks,
you're not wrong.
We would love to talk to you, and we're only on here an hour every day, but we're over here on this trailmix.cc website where you can add your comments easily right here. trailmix.cc. Get over there and talk to us. We'll finish the conversation over there. All right. Going to Henry Knox because today is the 250th anniversary of the British evacuation of Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa! Everybody, control yourselves.
Yay.
Control your enthusiasm.
Yeah, I've got to post the drunken Irish music too.
Okay.
Oh boy.
And everybody's
what do you do for a sober Irishman?
Wait a minute. We don't talk about mythology here.
You just eat potatoes till you're not sad anymore.
Yeah, I'll tell my husband that.
All right, we're going out with 2 minutes of the British evacuation to Boston. Everybody come to trailmix.cc.
Bye, everyone.
Continue the conversation at trailmix.cc. That's where George Washington was stuck. He was sitting outside Boston staring at the British, and he had a problem that no amount of speech making could fix. He had no gunpowder, no big guns, and an army that was planning to go home on New Year's Day. They were about to quit. He didn't need a general. He needed a mover. He was sitting there in Cambridge, across the river from Boston, where the British had occupied the whole place, and he didn't know what to do. Enter Henry Knox. Now, Henry wasn't a soldier, really. He was a bookseller for Boston, and reports are he wasn't too good at it. He was a big man who enjoyed a good pudding, as they would say. And he told Washington, General, there's 60 tons of cannons sitting up in Fort Ticonderoga, way up in New York, 300 miles away. I reckon I can go get them. Off Henry went. And 250 years ago today, while most sensible people were roasting a goose, the bookseller was up near Saratoga, waist deep in a drift, shouting at a Knox. On his way to Boston, he had built 42 sleds. He hired 80 yoke of oxen and long-barreled cannons that weighed 2,000 pounds apiece, a single cannon, 60 tons of iron. When he arrived, Washington didn't say much. He just pointed those guns at the British out there in Boston. And one morning in March, a couple of months later, the British commander woke up, looked out his window at Dorchester Heights, is where they perched all these weapons where they could see them. He saw those barrels glinting in the sun and decided he had urgent business in Nova Scotia. They packed up and left. The British evacuated Boston. Washington won his first victory without firing a shot, and he saved Boston, and he expelled the empire.
all without a single shot.
More echoes of America on trailmix.cc.